Like, just, yes. The Stargate, though. Just pussy popping in outer space. That is, like, the vibes. That is the serious vibes.
So, question.
I would love to hear that question.
How do you guys envision that how the collective is going to move forward and be at in 3 years?
It's gonna be sexy.
Worldwide and countrywide.
And so I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? Oh my god, Alexis.
And I say,
hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? I said, and I cry. Oh my God, do I cry? I cry all the time. In this institution.
no.
And I pray. Oh my God, do I pray? I pray every single day for revolution. So it's funny because the times you apologize are the only times it didn't bother me. It's kind of amazing, like the only time. Sorry, Carina. Yeah, that one was actually good. That one burned my knee. So, like, what's good? Shush me. Yeah, shush me. That's fine. Shh. Take it. I'll burn you. Just take it. It's fine. Shh. Just don't make any noise. Like, yeah.
Okay, you validate her baby.
Literally, it's non-consensual. It's non-consensual fire.
Light the bamboo on fire. That's a good idea. Yeah, not the stuff that just we used to incinerate this 5 seconds ago. That's not it. Just, put that burnt stick in the tree.
Please.
That's a great idea.
It's getting hot.
Weird. Almost as if that's predictable. That's crazy.
Okay, this is what you don't like, so I'm gonna sit down. Sorry.
Wow.
She doesn't like it, because I
Thank you.
get kind of obsessive over the fire. And then when it gets like this, I'll like look at it and be like, I mean, it's good, but I would want to play with it. No, but tell the story. I don't remember what happened, honestly. All I remember is that I got
You're
in trouble.
Scorpio, period.
No. Tell the story. I don't remember. I was playing with fire, and then she said stop, and I said, okay, I'll stop, but I kept going. The childhood story.
Oh! She said not that story.
Oh.
The one I mean.
The childhood story is, me and my brother used to play with fire. He played with fire a lot more than I did. And when we were kids, we set the...
You set the woods on fire? Yep. You and I have this in common, friend.
We set the woods on fire.
Yeah, I set the woods on fire with Carina with a K.
Our neighbors called the fire department, called the police.
Oh, fuck.
And we were like maybe 12 and 11.
Damn.
And my brother, he used to light some on fire. And they lit this leaf on fire one day and dropped it. And you know,
It's lit. Like, just, yes. The Stargate, though. Just pussy popping in outer space. That is, like, the vibes. That is the serious vibes.
So, question.
I would love to hear that question.
How do you guys envision that how the collective is going to move forward and be at in 3 years?
It's gonna be sexy.
Collective.
Worldwide and
Okay.
countrywide.
Oh,
Wise. Yeah. But countrywide.
Countrywide?
as
in the
worldwide.
next 3 years. Honestly, I've been praying on the day we become globalized city nation. Like, boom, like you're a human being. That's your nationality.
Well,
I'm about to be a dual citizen in as many fucking countries I can be.
Nah, facts.
I hate to always go really deep, but that's just
I
how my
love it when
mind
you go
works.
Yeah,
deep. Are you
I
kidding
wanna
me?
hear
Go
this.
Sometimes
go
I feel
deep.
like it's
That's
too
what
much.
I'm
We're just
searching
like
for.
diving on the deep end.
So-
Let's go.
That's literally.
I feel like we, me, you, Karina, everyone else who's in our life right now, are waking up, and there's a few other people that are waking up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to feel like the collective consciousness
Yeah.
is a few or a group of people, and there's never going to be a perfect world. Because it's always a journey, not a destination.
Mm-hmm.
And yin and yang in itself, the good doesn't exist without the bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it works. So I think there will always be people waking up, and I think there will always be people living in the Maya, the Matrix. And it's going to be a continuous journey until I think it's more personal. I don't think it's about the collective at all.
Of course.
And people, it's just going to be
All is
whatever.
one and one is all.
whatever the world is actually. I don't know when it will end or but it's always about, in my opinion, the individual soul and how it's relating to other souls rather than getting to the destination of waking up the world. I don't think that exists. Kind of like yin and yang. There's no fully white yin and yang.
It would be really boring.
That's my opinion on that.
You know, I'm so
Contribution.
thank you for sharing that, because there was moments where I would feel guilty because I felt like we would never get there, not because
There's nowhere to get.
like,
There's nowhere to get to.
but I would
Where are you
feel-
gonna go? The other sides of all the other galaxies
and I
and
would feel
constellations?
so guilty for like knowing that, like, because I'm like, oh wait, I would question what even was the mission. And then I realized, like, we put a number to ours, and it's definitely not worldwide. And I think that,
And of those numbers, they're numbered.
yeah, show people tools, give them tools.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, I think this whole journey is a personal journey, and along the way, mostly, you're trying to you're figuring it out yourself. But naturally, when you find
Angels along the way.
when you find such a beautiful thing that's not of the world, that's divine,
Yeah.
naturally, as humans, something within us is called to share it immediately.
Yeah.
And I think
Something within us is also called to try to control it, try to
Yeah.
destroy it, try to understand it, try to
Like, put it, like,
put it in boxes, even though
Yeah.
we know it's like the most expansive thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's so interesting. Humans are so simple, but so fucking complicated.
and I think that's, like, the fun part.
It is.
Like,
it really is.
That is literally just most times one of the best things to, like, experience.
Yeah. I forgot who said this to me. Some guy said, I think to a group of people, how boring would life be if you were always on track?
What's on track? Who's track?
Like, on
What track?
the track that we think that is correct, whether it be with spirituality.
Preventing, like, tyrannical power, even if it's among a small, selective few. ways of being and ways of building nations and having...
Can I have an example?
Yeah. I mean, the thing about that as well is like, before I would rather give a list of examples, being acknowledging that truth, there is always it's seemingly a fall to those things as well. But I think most of all, the challenge comes from the place of like, if we want to prevail from that, which I feel like is the collective conversation of this spiritual like awakening collectively that we're experiencing as human beings at this day and age and time, it requires that level of questioning if we want to create systems that do prevail. And to be honest, I don't know of examples that would have it done in ways that I would do myself. And then I think about the complacency of an individual in life and how easy it is to fall into a place of like, oh, well, what can we do about it? Which is the downfall of every society.
We've all met those people that are just like, I just don't
I
vote.
met those people, and who are those people? Like, we all have different experiences of different things. Here's the thing, the way it's designed is perfectly to oppress. I say it all the time. It's designed perfectly to oppress. What are we supposed to all just be like, no, I'm building my own country and I need to have all of the things that you need for, like, I just had this conversation with my brother today. We were talking about Bitcoin, we were talking about cryptocurrency, we were talking about blockchain technology and building ecosystems through tokenization, through building your own finance chain, through being like, this is our community, these are our services, we attach it to this token, and fuck off to everything else. We'll go off the grid. And my brother makes an amazing point, being the fucking genius lawyer that he is. And he's like, that's great. And having autonomy and decentralized factions is great in theory until you realize that when you do it off the grid with, you know, your buddies and your dogs and your farms, then it's fucking awesome. But you try to do it with 300,000 people and you realize somebody's gonna have to be a little bit more in charge than just everybody else. Because there's 300,000 of us.
Yeah.
And you do need fucking kings and queens to rule nations. Absolutely. There always is a small, powerful few. That is a way that it needs to be. But if they're totally corrupt, like the fucking 10 fucking lizard families that own the planet right now, then yeah. They say everybody... here is your coat hanger, you decide what you do with it, and like that's and don't eat the stuff that's growing out of nature. Eat some of this sugarized shit. Some of the candy and food that exists now just like freely, happily on the open market, FDA approved or not, who cares, is like actually fucking terrifying. And we just eat that shit. Well, I'm not even close to eating that shit, but humans. Anyway, yeah, I said a lot.
I think that's the problem. There's like a few people that rule and none of them are
5 rings to rule them all.
Moving out of love.
Yeah.
You know.
They're moving out of love.
A lot of times they're moving
they're not moving out of love like out of love. They're moving out.
Yeah.
You can't do that in any other language. English is special like that. What?
I want to take a photo of you taking a photo.
Meta of us doing a podcast. Check all the channels. Like, I don't have to tell you twice. You already tagged me with a video. Thank you. Like that kind of vibes. Leslie is down with that. Leslie is like, don't forget to tag Leslie Flower. Like. At Flower, period. That is your future handle for literally everything. You're welcome. Yes, thank you.
Oh my god. And why is it cute though? Period.
Flower is the cutest. You know, I already have a structure built out for us to do journal in my head. Excuse
Oh
me.
yes, we did talk about this. I was thinking about that the other day.
It's written in my planner. It's done.
I was literally thinking about that the other day.
Tuesday. See you there.
Oh yeah.
See you there.
Okay.
Period.
Can you hold it to the...
You know, everyone says period, but I prefer exclamation point.
Leslie's like, I don't agree.
They're both solid.
No, you can have period and I'll have exclamation. Mine, it's just like a little bit
I mean-
quirkier and truer.
Cookier?
I said quirkier, but I said it quirky, so you know. Yeah, it's lit.
Stop.
It's lit. Feel the buzz.